I'm Harrison Graham, and the Chicago Bears take on the Las Vegas Raiders in Week 4 in a pivotal matchup, really for both teams, as both the Bears and the Raiders are sitting at 1-2. Of course, Chicago has its bye week next week, so this feels kind of like a swing game. You win, second straight win, 2-2 heading into the bye. You get some key guys healthy for that Monday night game against Jaden Daniels and the Commanders in Week 6. And then obviously for the Raiders, the vibes have been down after winning Week 1 and losing the last couple of weeks, so they're looking to get back on track as well. I got 5 key matchups I'm looking at to see if the Bears can win these key areas of the game, and if they do, I think they'll win the game. All right, subscribe and join us. We'll be live 2 o'clock Central on Sunday. If you're watching on Sunday, we'll be live just at a few hours at 2 o'clock Central. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. That way, YouTube will notify you when we're about to go live. This is the thumbnail for the live watch party, so if you see this on your home feed or on the subscriber feed, if you're already subscribed, you click there, you're in the right place. We'll be live 2 o'clock Central, 3:25 kickoff, and obviously stay live through our post-game show. Got to be a lot of fun. We will be rocking and rolling here on Bears Now. Okay, key matchup number 1 in this contest is the Raiders running back and interior offensive line Ashton Jeanty against the Bears interior defensive line and linebackers. Ashton Jeanty, as we broke down on a full video, has not gotten off to the start that he was hoping to his NFL career. The Raiders obviously took him 6th overall. He's a player we talked about a lot on Chicago Bears Now. Do you trade up and get him? Does he fall to 10? 3.1 yards per carry, negative 53 rushing yards over expected, so he's left some opportunities out there. Now, he has broken a lot of tackles. He has 145 rushing yards after contact, so he's getting hit in the backfield a lot and still falling forward, but not off to the start he or the Raiders were hoping he would be. Now, the Bears' rushing defense isn't off to the start Dennis Allen wants either. 26th in yards per game allowed, 31st in yards per carry at 5.5. So with Jeanty averaging 3.1, something's got to give there. It's a 2.5-yard difference. 3 rushing touchdowns allowed, kind of middle of the pack there. Don't let this be Jeanty's coming out party. Now, full disclosure, I'm not expecting to hold him to 3.1 yards per carry or less. I think he will average more than that, just based on what I've seen from this Bears defensive line. But what you can't let him do is average 6 yards per carry. If you can keep him in the low 4s or less, I think that's a win because Geno's at his best when the offense can stay balanced. His best games in Seattle is when Kenneth Walker and those boys were running well. This year he's been forced to carry the load. So if you could force Geno into some tough situations, we know at times he'll put the ball in harm's way, and you should get some takeaways. Okay, key matchup number 2. The Caleb Williams play-action passing game against the Raiders secondary. You look at Caleb's play-action stats this year. They've been very good. 15 of 25, almost 200 yards, 195 to be exact. That's 10th most in the NFL on play-action. 4 touchdowns against 0 interceptions, QB rating of 124. I want to give PFF credit for this stat. The Raiders' defense is last in the NFL in yards per play allowed against play-action. And it's not surprising because, one, their skill guys in the secondary are just not that good. Jeremy Chinn's a fine box safety. He's not a free safety. They don't really have a starting caliber free safety, and their corners are average. So if you're cheating forward on the play action, they don't have the recovery speed to make up for that. They just don't. I just do not like their secondary. I mean, when Eric Stokes is your best corner, he's an average CB2. I like the play action game in this matchup because A, it's worked for the Bears, and B, the Raiders just do not have the personnel. If they're cheating forward, you can hit them over the top. Fill in the blank for us. Caleb will throw for blank touchdowns versus the Raiders on Sunday. I'll say 2 this week because they'll rush for a couple. 2 throwing touchdowns. You let me know what that number is. Key matchup number 3, Brock Bowers against anyone the Bears throw at him. I mean, let's be honest. This is one of the tougher matchups in the NFL. A mismatch machine is dealing with a banged-up knee. We'll talk about this matchup and who the Bears could throw at him here in just a few moments. But first, I want to tell you guys about today's sponsor. That is PrizePicks. Daily fantasy made easy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. it's great to have football back, and your boy's looking to cash in even more because I've had a hot streak going here. It's very easy to play. You just pick more or less on stat projections. You got to pick at least 2 players on 2 or more different teams, up to 6-player lineups. If you get your lineup right, you can win up to 2,000 times your money. That's right. On Prize Picks, you can turn $10 into 20,000. For week 4, Prize Picks is offering a max discount. Jalen Hurts, more than half a passing yard. You can only use these max discounts one time per account, so choose wisely. I've put it in a 3-player lineup here. I do like Jeanty to find the end zone. The Bears' rushing defense hasn't been great, so I'll take the more than half a rushing or receiving touchdown. And Odunze against that Raiders secondary, 61.5 yards. I'm taking the more there as well. Check out Prize Picks today. Use our code CLNS after you download the Prize Picks app to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. That link and promo code, prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS in the comments and description of this video. Okay, back to Brock Bowers here. He's been a little hampered by a knee issue, so he hasn't quite looked like himself, so we'll see, if he's full throttle this week. I still think he can give you problems. I mean, even banged up, he's got almost 200 yards this year, averaging 13 yards per catch. The question is who does Dennis Allen throw at him? I think you'll see some different looks. I mean, Tremaine Edmonds probably gets stuck on him some. That's a tough matchup for any linebacker. But with Edmonds' length, he might be able to make some plays there. Both safeties, obviously, in man situations, Brisker and Byard. Byard has not had a great year so far, so this would be a great opportunity for him to step up. Nick McLeod at the nickel, we'll see. Obviously, he's a backup. He's played okay, but, he looks like a backup, right? That's just kind of how it is. And then both your corners, I will say, are big physical corners. That might actually not be the worst matchup on Brock Bowers if you're Tyreek Stevenson or Nashawn Wright. Be physical at the point of attack, reroute them, so that could help. Look, if I'm running the defense, I'm bracketing this guy a lot. I'd be bracketing him, try to double him some. Don't let him change the game and have 10, 12 catches on you. Jake Ferguson had like 13 catches last week for Dallas, but it's for like 82 yards. So, if they're dinking and dunking with Bowers, I can live with that. Can't live with the 30-yard completions to him, which we know he's capable of doing. All right, key matchup number 4, Max Crosby against Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright, or Theo Benedict or Ozzy Trapilo, because Darnell Wright, as of filming this, has not practiced this week. Now, full disclosure, we're filming this on Thursday. That obviously could change his injury status, but whether it's Wright or someone else, even Darnell Wright, if he plays, not 100%, that's advantage Max Crosby here. So, if you get stuck in one-on-one situations, which we know Ben Johnson is willing to chip. He likes playing tight ends. I would imagine Durham Smythe plays a decent amount in this game, but doesn't want to chip every play. There's going to be some plays where Braxton and the other tackle are on an island. Braxton Jones played his best game of the year last week. Round of applause. He deserves credit. Last time he went against an elite edge rusher the week before, Aiden Hutchinson, he got his lunch money taken. Max Crosby is much closer to Aiden Hutchinson than he is Dante Fowler or whoever Dallas is throwing out there. So, you may have to chip more than you want to. Guys are going to have to hold up. Caleb's going to have to get the ball out. So he's the one guy on the Raiders defense that can wreck, that can change this game. Don't let him do it. Do not let him change this game for you, because the other 10 guys on the Raiders defense, I'm not really concerned with. Take him out of the game or at least limit his dominance, and I feel pretty good about this offense scoring some points. What is your concern level with facing Max Crosby? Right here, right now, probably like an 8, because, Braxton, played better, but I'm still not acting like he's dominant. And then whether it's banged up Darnell or a backup, that's going to be a tough matchup. So I'll go 8 out of 10. He's going to be a handful, and Caleb and Ben have both acknowledged that this week. Okay, key matchup number 5, the last one I'm looking at here. Kind of flip of the Bowers one. Odunze versus whoever the Raiders throw at Odunze, because Odunze has been one of the best receivers in the league early on this season. He's tied for the lead, or solo lead. I think he's tied for the lead maybe, with 4 touchdown catches in 3 games. He's been a big-time threat, big-time downfield threat as well, averaging more than 14 yards per catch so far. You're telling me Eric Stokes, Darnay Holmes, these guys are going to be able to defend Odunze, maybe on random individual plays, but I would imagine Patrick Graham's going to run a lot of zone safety over the top, and if that's the case, then DJ should get some one-on-one looks. Cole Kmet at the tight end position, Luther Burden, Olamide Zaccheaus. I think Rome's in for a big day, and if they focus a lot on him, then other guys are going to have opportunities. I just don't think the Raiders personnel in the back end is good enough to just line up mano-a-mano and take Rome Odunze out of this game. So I really like him to go off. And like I said, I took the more on his prize picture yards because I just love the matchup he's got this week. So there you have it. 5 key matchups for this week 4 matchup. Who you got? Raiders a slight favorite, which I like the Bears and an underdog in this spot because I think the Bears are a better team than the Raiders. And the chatter from Vivid Seats, 50-50 crowd split. Bears fans expected to travel, so the crowd shouldn't be too major of a factor. Predict the score, Bears-Raiders. Who you got in this game on Sunday? Let me know who wins and what the final score is going to be. I got the Bears 28-20. I'm sticking with my original prediction. Couple key guys are out, obviously, but I still like the Bears to win this game and get to 2-2 heading into the bye week. Some much-needed momentum after the first couple weeks. Massive game. To me, this is an empty-the-tank game. Leave it all on the line. Find a way to win. Doesn't really matter how. Get some guys healthy and come back into October and hit your stride in the back 2/3 of the season. Don't forget to subscribe and join us live at 2 o'clock Central Time on Sunday. Bears, Raiders on CBS. Should be a fun one. We'll have full pregame coverage, live reaction during the game, and our postgame show as well. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.